Well, good late morning to you. It's about 11:32 and this is Geektastic Chat. And what am I going to talk about? What do you think I'm going to talk about? I'm going to talk about Man of Steel, the awesomeness of the fourth trailer. I didn't even know till last night that there was going to be a fourth trailer, and this morning I wake up and there's this amazing 1 minute and 47 second trailer, and it's awesome, and it's got Zod's voiceover, and my god, I haven't got the tech to play it to you while I'm talking to you, because if I did I would. I'm just a little guy in a little room, just passionate about everything geek, really. Well, not everything geek, I'm selective. But let's go back to Man of Steel. It's really now going beyond anything we have ever seen before. It's certainly going beyond visually anything we've ever seen for Superman on TV or film before. Now, the emotional stuff and the Smallville stuff, we've kind of seen in the TV show Smallville. Really, they are the pioneers for this, but this is a film, so this is going to go beyond. I just think it's all wonderful, and all I can do is comment about what I've seen so far. And what I've seen so far with Man of Steel is it's flawless. Alright, you can talk about Jimmy Olsen or Lex not being in the movie that much, but ultimately, this film looks the real deal. Not just for Superman fans, not just for superhero fans, not just for geeks. This film should plug everybody's buttons. And I mean, if I'm wrong, I'll go in my garden and run around naked and lay there and take loads of pictures so everyone can laugh at me. But this film is looking like it's going to be the biggest box office hit of all time. It really does. There is no reason why it can't beat Titanic, Avatar, Avengers, The Dark Knight, or whatever else is up there. Whatever other records are there to be beaten. This movie should knock them off their perch, because this movie has everything from what I've seen so far. Emotion, action, physical fighting, everything. Some great moments visually, not just the special effects, just when Henry Cavill's just standing in the Arctic there, in the Superman costume. He's closing his eyes as he's about to fly. He's preparing himself in a way, and it looks so spiritual, and it's amazing. It really is. What I've seen, as I keep on saying, what I've seen so far. Haven't seen the movie, as only a selective few have, but what we've seen, and it's quite interesting with what we've seen. We've seen a lot of stuff, but they haven't given us everything. They haven't spoiled everything. There's a lot to see in this. There's a lot of rumours going around as well with this movie. Rumours that have probably got a grain of truth to them. I don't know. David S. Goyer has done this amazing pre-Man of Steel comic where we see Kara leaving Krypton and all of that jazz. So is Kara, aka Supergirl, going to be in Man of Steel? Who knows? Would that take the tone too light? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Yesterday there was another rumour, because of something someone saw on set, that maybe a major character will die at the end of Man of Steel. I would be very surprised if they're going to kill Lois Lane. I'm going to be very surprised if they kill Perry White, Lana Lang, or anyone of that note. And I'm going to state something. I'm going to change the subject and state something to you. I don't believe that's Jenny Olsen, girl with black hair, Daily Planet, running with Perry. I'm going to say that's an older version of Lana Lang. We know we see Lana Lang as a young girl in the Smallville era, but I believe that looks totally plausible for Lana Lang. A lot of people say, well, isn't she a redhead in the comics? Well, yeah, but I think more recognisable recently is her hair colour in Smallville, and the comics, of course, Smallville comics. And I think Zack Snyder is a fan of Smallville, so I think that's what he'll be going with. So I'm going to put it out there and say that is Lana Lang. I could be wrong, but there's so much to look forward to. These sites keep on asking, is this one of your favourite, most anticipated movies of the summer? This summer. This is my most anticipated movie since Superman Returns and Revenge of the Sith. This is an event movie, boys and girls. You know, The Dark Knight Rises was very excited on the build-up. The Dark Knight, obviously, and they were amazing movies. I know there's issues with The Dark Knight Rises, i.e. the restaurant scene at the end and the pointless Catwoman being in it. But anyway, apart from that, Rises was excellent. But yes, it's just, and we mustn't forget, this is a Superman movie. We have not had a Superman movie to 2002 since 2006. So what's that? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 7 years. That's over 7 years since we've had a Superman movie. Of course, when we had Superman Returns, we hadn't had the space between the Quest for Peace and Returns was 20 years. So that's why the excitement for Returns was so high. But the excitement's here again. And I'm a fan of Superman Returns. But I'm excited for Man of Steel. I'm glad this is a new era. I'm glad this is a new story. I'm glad that Zack Snyder, Nolan and Goya have been allowed to mould their own movie. This is going to be something wonderful where we can just sit back and enjoy. We won't have to have our critics' hats on or be worried about anything. This is a movie that everything we've seen, everything we've heard is brilliant. Even the changes are quite awesome. As I said before, do I want Jimmy Olsen now? I like Jimmy Olsen because he's an everyman. He's you and me in the Superman world. But if he's not going to be there, he's not going to be there. I take it on the chin. I'm not going to slate the people. They're doing amazing things with this movie. Lex Luthor, would I like him to be in the whole movie and be involved somewhat? Yes, I would. But if he just turns up in the end, he just turns up in the end. I have to deal with it. I don't like it, but it's not, as I've said before, there's no deal breakers in this movie for me. Everything looks wonderful. Cavill seems to me the same pure-hearted Superman I grew up with Christopher Reeve. We haven't seen anything of him in the glasses, only him playing Clark Kent, the reporter. So I'm quite excited to see that as well. If it happens in this movie, who knows? This is just the first chapter. But I mean, I'm stoked. I haven't got anything negative to say, and there's no reason why I should have anything negative to say about this this film. I mean, June the 14th, we've had to wait a long time, boys and girls. You know, we've had setbacks with the Siegel Schuster court cases, which Warner Brothers have now won. I'm so happy about that personally. We've had setbacks with the Superman Returns sequel never happening. That was a blow for me personally. Obviously, Man of Steel being put back from December 2012 to now, to next month. But the wait is over, boys and girls. I mean, we've got some wonderful trailers. First of all, we had the teaser, which was a teaser. I'm not a fan of teasers anyway because they don't give much away because they're teasers. So I couldn't, again, nothing positive or negative to say about the teaser because when I first saw it, because there was nothing really there to talk about. It was exciting to see a few bits and pieces. I can't complain about the teaser because that's what they're there. They're there to tease. Of course, then we got the first full-length trailer, which was about 2.5 minutes. That was awesome. I know a lot of people went, there's not enough action, but it was wonderful. You saw the dramatic element that Nolan and Goya and Schneider are bringing into their Superman. And then, of course, as I said before, when he closes his eyes just before he flies in the Arctic, wonderful, and a great little clip of Zod's face. We didn't get much of Zod back then, but it was just awesome. The stuff we were seeing, it was all very quick, but a wonderful trailer. Then, of course, the massive thing happened. We got that 3-minute, 3-second third trailer, and wasn't that wonderful? Because that showed us a lot more. It's not that I didn't like that other trailer. This had more to it. This was the next one, and we got bits and pieces. And the first time we heard some of the composed music of the new movie as well. So that was wonderful, and it's a great little theme. So I'm really excited to hear more of his music from the movie. I'll definitely get the soundtrack. I'll definitely buy the new T-shirt. I'll definitely buy the novelisation. Really excited about the novelisation. Up there, don't know if you can see it, but I've actually got the Superman Returns novelisation, which I read before I even watched the film. I mean, I just couldn't wait. I mean, I wasn't going to wait. I didn't care about spoilers. It just had to be read. So to me, as a big Superman fan, from the moment I watched the first movie as a 10-year-old boy, as I've said to you a billion times, I fell in love with this character. And that flame has never gone out. Maybe it withered through the years when there was no Superman movies. But then once Smallville arrived, that flame blew up again. My obsession with Smallville began. And it was never going to go out again. And now, Man of Steel is here. I'm just so excited because it, as I said, all looks wonderful. I can't wait to be sitting in that cinema, watching it. I'll watch it in SD first, IMAX 3D, or whatever other versions it's going to be in. I'm not exactly an expert on all the tech and how you can watch it, but from what I read, you can watch it purely in IMAX. then there's IMAX 3D, and there's SD. I'm quite happy to watch it in SD. I haven't got a problem with watching it in SD. So definitely an SD first view, but I'm so excited because to me everything I've seen is just beautiful. It's emotional. I love what I've seen from Krypton. Russell Crowe, what I've seen so far from him as Jor-El, wonderful. I always said years and years ago that this guy should be playing Jor-El. I wanted him as Jor-El in Superman Returns. It didn't happen. Michael Shannon as Zod, the stuff we're seeing, he's beyond what I thought. I mean, he's obviously been down the gym, but he looks so menacing. His performance looks really something special, and I think people will be comparing it to, obviously, the Joker from The Dark Knight. And, I think Heath Ledger's performance as a Joker was something so special, it will never be forgotten in the history of film. But I think Shannon, and I even think Henry Cavill, I think Oscars, they will be nominated for Oscars, these guys, all of them, because this script looks like heavy stuff. And that's what I said last time we were talking about Man of Steel. What I'm happy about is that we haven't, a few years, when Avengers came out and it was so successful, everyone's going, oh, DC should just do what Marvel do. I'm glad they don't. Marvel have a hell of a lot of humour in their movies, which is great. Excuse me, frog in my throat. We'll carry on. Show must go on and all that. But yeah, everyone was saying, jumping on the bandwagon, Marvel, we should do what Marvel did. As I said, they have a lot of humour in their superhero movies, which is great for them because it is a lot of, I think even in the comics there's humour. I'm glad that Nolan, Goyer and Snyder are taking this serious approach. It's important that Superman's taken seriously. And to the doubters who think he's too powerful, he's too nice, he's too boring, to show them why those elements of the character are not boring, that they are special, and he is a special character. He's the first superhero, he's the first one to have an epic movie back in '78 as well, and I think we're going to see a special reaction towards this movie. Superman fans, whether you like this era or Silver Age or whatever age you're into, I think this is a movie for everyone, and I think not just Superman fans, all us geeks are really holding our breaths. This is a special moment in our geek lives, and there's been some moments in our geek lives where we've gone, wow. I mean, there's a lot of mediocrity out there, especially for us geeks, because we are kind of perfectionists, I think, at times, especially with our big characters like Superman. And I think this is a moment, as I said, we can relax, throw our shoes off and say, yes, let's watch Man of Steel and let's enjoy it. Superman's back in about 2 weeks' time. Put that in your head, digest it, and comment below. We'll speak soon. I'm whacked. Too excited. See ya.